Hello, 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 we're back. I'm gonna make another shot at this, and, fun fact, I was looking over aptitudes, and I figured let's try a crossbow user with a good aptitudes for it, and then I realized, because of the removal of mountain dwarfs, kobolds, freaking kobolds are actually, let me show you, among the best crossbow users. Which is just disturbing. Yeah, you got the centaur at +1, but he's really a bow specialist, hence his +3. You got the deep dwarf at +1 because he's the cousin of the actual dwarf, and kobolds +2. So I take it back; they are the best. And Tengu and Minotaurs are obviously decent with every weapon, so they have to be decent with that as well. Not gonna lie to you, I'm actually considering running the Minotaur in this capacity, but Minotaurs are my berserkers. That's how I think of them, that's how I treat them, that's how I want them to be. Tengu, on the other hand, are mixed, good spellcasters as well as good melee fighters, so maybe a Tengu would make sense in this capacity, and he'll eventually get intrinsic swiftness with his permanent flight. Let's take a look and see what Tengu have in the spellcasting line here. I know they're conjuration specialists. Summonings, necromancy, fire, air, okay, but very bad hexes and charms, so not somebody that you want for an arcane marksman. So forget that. That's not their magic. It wouldn't be the reason I pick them. But I also don't think I've ever played a kobold. So let's go ahead and run a kobold with in this particular case, since I don't think kobolds are particularly magical. Let me double check that. But I don't think they have particularly good magic aptitudes. Well, not that much worse than the demon spawn, actually. What kind of EXP gain do they get? Oh wow, they've got human level experience gain. That's awesome. As opposed to like every other race. Like, let's see what demon spawn have in that capacity. Yeah, demon spawn take 1.5 times as long to level up as humans or kobolds do. Okay, I could be game. Arcane Marksman is a possibility. Hunter is the classic possibility. I think we're just going to go Arcane Marksman again, and we'll see what happens, and, yeah, crossbow. And what will Kobold Arcane Marksman be called? What would you call a kobold? I don't know kobold naming conventions very well. When I think of kobolds, I think of them as the thing that gets squished while you're trying to go somewhere else. The pointless little thing, the hopeless, useless, worthless, Cobsplat. And you know, as usual, when I come up with good names, my characters tend to do badly, and when I come up with shitty names, my characters do great. Okay, he has massive dodging bonuses, and his health is going to be bad no matter what. So early game, I want to focus on crossbows. I apparently am still, even though I'm preaching how great the new ammo system is, I am playing as if we still have the old ammo system, and I need to not do that. I never lost a steel bolt the whole of last game, and I lost only a couple actual bolts, so I'm just going to act as though I can get away with firing bolts constantly. And with any luck, I'll get one pickup of bolts somewhere in the dungeon that will double my total, and I'll be good. So please pick up bolts as we go. Also, there's a definite advantage when you're a weak character with 12 base, with low base health that doesn't grow fast, of being hyper aggressive. And was there food? Oh no, I ate it automatically. Right. So kobolds are partially carnivorous or super carnivorous. They can definitely eat when they're at normal hunger. As long as they're eating meat, they can eat meat at normal hunger. I think they can actually eat a little bit higher than that. I don't know how much higher. Okay, so apparently what they are is saprivores. Yay! I got my first infusion of extra bolts. I have 47 now. And I'm wearing leather, which is fine. It's cursed, so boo, but, you know, that's fine. I expect to find a stack of remove curse scrolls by the time I start looking around. So actually this is great. With just one bolt pickup, because I'm not reliant on enchanting the bolts to make them effective, they're automatically being treated as a +X bolt based on my skill. I can just go, I can go willy-nilly with them. It's kind of awesome, actually. This is the reason that it feels so different playing a range character now than it used to. And I know that the crossbow split is in favor of strength, though I honestly think that it might be to my advantage to just go mass dexterity, since as a kobold that will increase my survival. But we'll see. We will see. This looks like crazy youth territory. And I am only level 3. I don't have a lot of tools to deal with him. Let me try out this amulet real quick. And the ring. Okay, now I have all the tools I need to deal with him. Let's try to go invisible until it works. Okay, now that I'm invisible, we'll just shoot him from range. Where did he go to? I don't know if the invisibility actually paid off. What I do know is the Guardian Amulet definitely paid off, because you see, I had 1 hit point when that ended. Actually, it did stall him from approaching me a couple turns, but then I couldn't see him, so I just walked into his range. Interesting situation. And it went pretty well in the end, I would say. I didn't have to fight him, but also at this point in the game, I'm only on like the 2nd floor. And I'm already experience level 4. God, it's good to be playing a character with good experience gain. Don't get me wrong, that is like one of the most minor perks that your character can have in this game, since skill is so much more important. Yes, switch back to my main weapon, please. Since skill bonuses are so much more important, but minor buff or no, it's a fun buff. It's a good buff to have. Saprivore, on the other hand, I am loving. Yeah, the food clock, while not important, is one of the most irritating things to have to deal with, and so having a character that doesn't get nauseous is awesome. Focus the unique. Okay, and now we'll just take everyone else out and deal with the poison as the case may be. I might die from this poison, actually, so let's start chain quaffing potions. Nope, now I'm probably not going to die from it. I will hang on to the poison dagger, though, because poisonous daggers are awesome. Okay, I'm losing health at an alarming rate. Let's go back to chain quaffing potions. That was the curing. Now I'm back to normal. Unfortunately, I'm also pretty tapped out in terms of my potions now, so if that happens again, eep. Early game, you are always sort of at the mercy of bad RNG, but you can do a lot to mitigate the danger, depending on how hard you're willing to play. Okay, I apparently am not interested in eating grapes, so maybe I am just a brown chunk or ordinary chunk eater, which is fine. It's actually great. It's like gourmand status. Alright, nuke. Yeah, so since crossbow bolts apparently do show up in the early dungeon, it's crossbows that don't show up. But crossbow bolts clearly do, so I'm not going to be lacking for ammo by the looks of it. I've done nothing but fire crossbow bolts this whole time, and I have almost tripled my initial stock. And we're just going to keep leveling up my weapon, because it's the first best defense I have is to be able to kill things from range rapidly. If they reach me, I'm already doing it wrong. Okay, those poison needles could be the death of me, so also definitely going to take the poison needles and blowgun off this guy, because for enemies that I can't just handle straight up, that could prove useful. Memorize slow. I would like to memorize fear, but I would need to build up the hexes for it, and right now that would take a long time. Truthfully, I'm mostly memorizing slow just so that I have it in my toolkit. As a rule of thumb, there's going to be very few situations where I want to slow an enemy instead of shooting it. I should say attempt to slow an enemy. There's no guarantee it even lands. These status effects should have much better chance of landing if they're non-lethal and don't do a lot. Okay, this is a situation where I want to attempt to slow him. Didn't work. Can I run? I can drink a potion of curing, but that's only going to last me one turn. I don't have dispersal, I don't have blink, I don't have any means of putting extra distance between us. I haven't discovered any level feature that I can use to my advantage yet. What I need is an escape hatch of some kind, some way that I can separate myself from this ogre that's chasing me down. Okay, got one space. What can I do with one space? Not a terrible lot. If I could somehow go invisible, that would be ideal, but 70% fail means I basically have to keep tapping it. No. My best bet is to try and expand the one space, and then hit a staircase, instead of, you know, taking a step up instead of diagonal, which will get me killed. Okay, let's try it again. But it is consistent. It has been the ogre that killed me a couple times in a row now, and it's always been the same. I think I was too careless. Next time I see an ogre at the edge of my line of sight, I will begin planning immediately, as opposed to just assuming I'm going to be able to shoot it to death. Yeah. And these guys are quickly taking over the bottom of my Hall of Fame. Alrighty, let's go ahead and jump back in and do another round. In fact, I think I'm going to do it on the same video.